Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Reyhan, Akbar Bintang Pramuditya. I'm from Class K Business Administration. Today I'm gonna explain to you guys about do digitalization and IoT affect the family life. First of all, some introduction. A family is a group related by blood, marriage, and or adoption. While IoT is a concept that aims to expand the benefit of continuously connected internet connectivity as for capabilities such as data sharing, remote control, and so on, including objects in the real world. While digitalization is the process of converting information into a digital, i.e. computer-readable format rather than the usual manual or traditional format. A bit of context. In this generation, the use of technology in everyday life has increased unprecedentedly. Nowadays, digitalization and IoT always play a key role in influencing our society. One aspect that digital inclusion brings that is often overlooked being our relationship and how we conduct our behavior to others. So if one asks, does digitalization and IoT affect the family life? The simple answer is yes, it affects family life. But the real question is the double-edged sword that influence bring. So I'm gonna break down the negative and the positive aspect and to what extent those influence really are. Let's start off by the positive aspect. The positive aspect is about redefining interaction. Digitalization influences our connection with other members of the family. Participants in digital interaction will feel intimacy and closeness with other parties since computers users are less inhibited in their communication than in face-to-face communication. This is particularly true for people who communicate through video-based programs such as Skype and many others. The increased intimacy and closeness is most likely caused by frequent interaction with other family members with multiple new methods. One of the examples is a mobile phone, which allows us to frequently communicate with friends or family that in turn allow us for disclosing specified information about one activity or whereabouts. This increased interaction between the sender and the receiver develop motivation and emotion in the absence of conventional way to communicate. The next positive aspect is safe and sound with freedom. Digitalization and IT also is access for safety within the family with modern security system has added more peace within the family. Emergency alert and quick response option help police and/or responsible authorities be on the scene in the event of an accident. Parent surveillance of their kid is also more accessible with a safe search browser and tracking down device is a great help to reach the family in case of any trouble. If kids come across some mishap on their way, this also gives greater freedom for the family member to go out without fear of being alone. This will make kids grow more independently in the future and become more independent people without dependence on someone else. Next, we talk about the negative aspect. One of the negative aspects of digitalization in our family life is new tools, new tension. While promoting independence and greater freedom, digital instrument is also cause tension concerning surveillance. This is especially true between parents and their children. Some children is okay with parents surveilling them, but some children always appreciate their privacy. So it is cause a little tension between them and their parents. The question where are you has been superseded by what are you doing there. Now that the gap between generations is widening, children are more knowledgeable about using digital tools, but they are not taking appropriate safety measures. This is misleading and require a new form of dialogue. and the change in joint action is significant. It is becoming more and more regarded as an option and may not contribute much in promoting general family unity and promoting new, more selective bonds within the family member. The next negative aspect is less quality time. Quality time with family is one of the most common type activity of mankind since the time of pre-industrial ages. With the increase of independence and freedom in each household or family, the bond between them become more as an option rather than a necessity. With each member follow their own set of goals and more time used in online or virtual media. Many families have fewer times to do their ordinary activity like in traditional family like eating meal together or gather in family room. Even if sometimes they have a meal together in the same room, everybody will be giving half their focus on their digital device. Next drawback is wrong examples. Digitalization and IoT bring ease of information and communication. If the surveillance of parenting adults is minimal, this can cause one of the family members to follow wrong example. Earlier, I expressed my opinion that the younger generation is more expertise in the technology and search browser. If our younger generation use the medium of digitalization without surveillance or whatsoever, this can harm his or her character in the long run, not to mention the materialistic point of view that usually come from peers' influence in digital media. The last drawback I want to talk about is media bubble. Uh, that usually the use of other form of digitalization is also increasing with the change of family member, some trapped in a media bubble. Media bubble is a form of exposure of news, entertainment, social media, etc., that cause heated family debate because some family side with their own argument and stand firm with their argument. And I'm pretty sure some family will have that because of differentiating opinion within parents or child, mother or father, and so on, and family in general. Lastly, I want to talk about the conclusion of the negative and positive impact I mentioned earlier. In conclusion, digitalization and our improvement of IT are both a change in our life. One aspect that changed since start of digitalization is our family and sedentary lifestyle. Nowadays, digitalization redefines our interaction, with many make our communication and interaction a lot easier. Not to mention digital self-security, that we can monitor the correlation on what other family members doing, giving them greater freedom, but also increasing their surveillance. But we can underestimate the negative aspect of digitalization, like less quality time and fearing that our family members are trapped in a media bubble. Indeed, digitalization making our life easier, but we need to proceed with a great care to minimize the negative effect of digitalization and IoT. So, does digitalization and IoT affect family life? Yes, and negatively or positively, both. So we need to proceed with care to minimize those negative impact so we can earn the benefit and the positive aspect of digitalization and IoT only. For the source of this presentation, I use some link and article, but that is complementary But the main sources I use from Mr. Muhammad Khalid Mawardi class about industry and family. I hope this video will help you in the future. Thank you for your attention and stay awesome.